Today's topic is mindfulness for personal transformation. Specifically, we want to look at what mindfulness is and how we can use it to transform our lives. But first, what is mindfulness? According to Professor John Kabat-Zinn, mindfulness is paying attention on purpose in the present moment, non-reactively, to the unfolding of our experience moment to moment. Mindfulness is done purposefully with a conscious decision to be aware of our present experience. It is also done non-judgmentally, non-reactively. This means we merely watch the unfolding of our experience. We do not add on to the unfolding experience with our habits of dramatization, exaggeration, and fantasy. Dr. Gordon Curtis in New Zealand has a simpler definition for mindfulness. To him, mindfulness is the constant, non-judgmental awareness of our body, feelings, and thought. Mindfulness practice helps us to unclutter our mind. To be more specific, mindfulness helps us to unclutter the content of our mind. It helps us to see that there is a layer of reality that we are experiencing, and then there is another layer of reality that we have added to the first layer. This second layer is the result of our mental habits, our conditioned mind. Our everyday mind has the habit of adding to the first layer of real experience through dramatizing and exaggeration, habits that come from our conditioned mind. The problem is that we get lost in the drama of our own creation without even being aware of our own role in creating it. With practice, as our mind watches purposefully and mindfully, we begin to see these two layers of reality. We begin to understand our own role in creating and maintaining these fantasies in our life. Our joy and our pain are all our own creation. Let us look at what mindfulness is not. Mindfulness practice is not about the thoughts. It is not really about the content of your thinking. It is more useful to understand your own thinking process, how your thoughts come about, and more importantly, how you react to those thoughts. With enough practice, you will soon realize that you do not have to believe in those thoughts. And once you stop believing in them, they no longer hold any power over you. Mindfulness is also not about not thinking. We are not asking you to stop thinking. It is not necessary to do that. All you need to do is to train yourself to become more aware of your thoughts and your reactions towards them. Understanding and insights will come gradually. Mindfulness practice is not a means to escape from reality. In fact, when done properly, you actually train yourself to see things as they really are, free from your own drama. Mindfulness is about attention and focus, but it is not just about attention. It is also about awareness. Mindfulness is not about getting rid of unpleasant thoughts and emotions. It is more about understanding your unpleasant thoughts and emotions, how they arise, and how you react to them. Lastly, mindfulness is not Buddhism. It is not a religion. It is a mental practice, a mental skill that anyone can acquire, learn, and master. So, with mindfulness practice, you learn to look inward to your own body, feelings, and thoughts. You learn to be more aware of them in a way that is not non-judging. You train yourself to merely watch them as they unfold in your experience. In this way, you are able to now differentiate facts from fictions that you have created. You learn to see things as they really are, and this leads to insights and self-understanding. As you learn to become more mindful, there will be some useful insights rising in your experience. You will realize that your mind can only focus on one thing at a time. This is an important insight. It means that if you can train yourself to focus only on the positive, you can free your mind, and therefore yourself, from the suffering and pain that follow negative thoughts. You will also learn that whenever your mind wanders to the future or to the past, you can always bring it back to the present moment by focusing on your body or body sensation. Why? Because your body is always in the present. It does not exist in the past or in the future. So this is a neat trick to easily bring your mind back to the present moment. You will also observe that there are actually two types of feelings or sensations, one arising from the body and another arising from your thoughts. Unpleasant and even painful sensation from our body may be inevitable. However, mental suffering from our thoughts is optional, meaning that we do not really have to create that mental pain once we can master our thoughts. When we are unaware of this fact, we often have no choice but to suffer both physical as well as mental pain. Once we know this, however, we do have a choice. We can learn to endure or tolerate physical pain without dramatizing or exaggerating the pain with our thoughts, a habit we often inflict on ourselves without realizing. The more we learn mindfulness, the more we begin to understand ourselves and our mental habits. For example, we realize that we pay too much attention to what is happening outside of us and not paying enough attention to what is happening inside of us. And we learn that paying attention to what is happening inside of us offers us more insight and self-understanding. We also notice how we often personalize experiences, meaning we misinterpret experience to be about us, even when they are not necessarily so. We also make a lot of assumptions and jump to conclusions without verifying the facts. We are often not able to differentiate facts from fictions that we have created. Our mind also has the tendency to focus on the negative rather than the positive, and is often judging, criticizing, belittling, and blaming ourselves and others. We make a lot of generalization that may not be true. Our mind has the tendency to proliferate, fantasize, dramatize, and exaggerate things. It also has the habit of looking into the past or the future, rather than staying with the present moment. So, we can see here that mindfulness is a potent tool for self-understanding. With mindfulness, we become more aware of our own mental habits and beliefs, many of which are no longer serving our present needs. This awareness allows us to change ourselves, our mental habits, and our beliefs. We can also use our emotions as windows into our own inner processes. However, be aware that looking inward is a journey for the brave. It requires us to adopt the policy of being honest with ourselves. We must learn to accept 100% responsibility for our own life. Although this journey of personal transformation may be full of challenges and difficulties, it is still a journey worth taking, as we are likely to come out stronger and better in the end. As Sun Tzu used to say, "Know thyself, know thy enemies. In 1,000 battles, win 1,000 victories." In this case, the enemies that we need to confront is not outside of us. Rather, they are our own inner limiting beliefs and mental habits that are no longer serving us well. Mindfulness is therefore an essential tool for personal transformation.
Thank you for watching this video, and for joining us in our transformation journey. If you like this and other similar videos, we invite you to subscribe to our Transformation Work YouTube channel. Click on the subscribe button now. We hope to see you again in our next video.